Hello once again, everybody. I'm Jake Luce, and welcome to my video coaching newsletter. The title of today's video coaching newsletter is College Recruiting Never Stops. I have a quote that I'm going to read, and then we'll go through an email that was actually sent in by a dad. So any dads that are watching this video newsletter, this is a great one to watch because it addresses some different things that this father went through with his sons in high school, and then some questions that arose throughout that process. So again, we're going to address that today. The first thing I have to do is go through the quote that I wrote, then we'll go through the email. The quote says, "The number one mistake parents and prospects make in the college recruiting process is not getting started. Freshmen, sophomore, and junior parents oftentimes think that patience will win the day. This is not the case with college recruiting. The truth is that coaches are recruiting 12 months out of the year, one way or another. This is because that a coach that doesn't win will not be a coach for long. Remember, college athletics is a business. At the professional level, it becomes even more of a business. If you can show a coach that you can provide value and help him or her win, there's no reason why he or she wouldn't at least be intrigued. Coaches that recruit the same way year in and year out will be phased out eventually. The one constant in life is change. As a parent, athlete, and coach, you must adapt to this change, or you will surely be left behind and others will pass you by." So with that said, let's go through the email. This dad says, "Hi Jake, I want to first thank you for bringing back the video coaching newsletters." You're welcome. "Not only are they entertaining, but you shed light on things I wish I knew when my sons were playing in high school. My question is fairly simple. Are there certain times of the year that coaches recruit more often than others? Should that change the strategy of how players and parents go about getting themselves recruited? I have a feeling you'll say that the recruiting never stops." You've been paying attention. Very good. "And that you should," he says, "I have a feeling you'll say that the recruiting never stops," of course, "and that you should always be looking to get your name out there as long as you do it the right way. Keep up the great work, and thanks for taking the time to hopefully respond to my email." Well, Jim, his real name's not Jim, but Jim, the reason I'm responding to this is because it's a great email. It's a great set of questions, and questions that parents and prospects on a daily basis have. You know what I mean? They come in here, and I talked about it in a video newsletter before. It's like a revolving door of the same questions, and it's like, well, how do we get these questions answered? Where do we go? Who do we talk to? What is the next step? And the next step is you got to get started, because this process doesn't stop. You can ask any coach out there. Yeah, there are certain months out of the year that they will recruit a little bit more heavily, especially at the Division I level, because the NCAA implements rules, dead period, quiet period, times throughout the year that they cannot recruit in the same way that they would recruit in, a time, an open period, so to speak, or just a regular period in the college recruiting process. But for the most part, this process does not stop. It's kind of like time. It's like time just never stops. It's just going to keep going. Time waits for no man. College recruiting waits for no man or no woman either. It's the same thing. Every day that passes, this is what you have to think about. Every day that passes is a day that gets closer where you have to make a decision on where you're going to college. So if you're a high school athlete watching this right now, mom and dad are not watching this video with you. So what you have to do is you have to decide on whether or not you're going to take action, because you may watch this video, continue on with your life, continue on scrolling and doing what you do, but you're only hurting yourself. You're not hurting me, you're hurting yourself. Are you going to be able to find somebody that can get you some help if you're not going to do this on your own? If you can do this on your own, great. Go out there and do it on your own. Get your name out there. Good luck. But the thing is this is not that easy. It's not a binary process where you just say, hey, I'm calling coaches, or I'm emailing coaches, or I'm reaching out to them, and it's just going to magically happen. This is a process. It is like baking a cake. It is like, that's what I tell all my athletes and all my kids. I'll say, look, just get me the ingredients I need to make the cake. LPG will take care of everything else. Unless you have a team on your side that's doing this on a daily basis, that's constantly trying to figure out ways for you to get your name out there and to get you in front of coaches, you're hurting yourself. That's the only person you're hurting, because again, this process never stops. Getting back to the email, he says, "My question is fairly simple. Are there certain times of the year that coaches recruit more often than others?" Yes and no. Yes and no. Obviously, with the rules that the NCAA has implemented, there are certain times. As a parent and as a kid, your process never stops. It just doesn't. With social media and the way that things are changing each and every day, and I don't think people understand how quickly quickly that they're changing. Coaches are liking the fact that they can pull out their cell phone and recruit from this. And then once they're intrigued, all of a sudden what they do is they say, okay, I need to see this guy in person. I am not an advocate of sitting here saying that coaches should go make offers simply by what they see on video. College coaches like to put their own eyes on a prospect. So the thing is how do you get the line in the water and then set the hook? Because coaches are going to be sitting there swimming around looking for players and looking for prospects, but there's thousands and tens of thousands and even hundreds of thousands in the country of guys vying for your scholarship. So how do you separate yourself in order to get in front of a college coach? And the way that you separate yourself is you realize that this process does not stop. Just does not stop. 12 months out of the year, you show that you can provide value. You show that you can help a coach win, because then when he comes and watches you play, or you visit him on campus, or you work out for him, then they can make that decision. Okay, this is a kid that not only has great character, but he can help me win. If you're one of those kids, there is a spot somewhere, there is a spot, I'm telling you, there's a spot somewhere for you to play at the next level. With that said, you can get my help personally by reaching out to me via our website, the Luce Prospect Group Facebook page by typing in Luce Prospect Group into the search bar, Twitter or Instagram. Also, if you or someone you know is interested in becoming a prospect, be sure to click the Become a Prospect link above or below this video and fill out your quick LPG questionnaire to get your college recruiting process started today. And with that said, thanks for watching, and we'll talk to you guys soon.